Welcome to Miississauga for the Skate Canada International 2022, the second event on the International Skating Union's Grand Prix of Figure Skating. We've seen the women's short program, brilliantly contested event with Canada's Madeleine Schizas leading her compatriot Gabrielle Daleman for Canadian 1-2. And the Canadian fans here in Miississauga will be looking for a similar triumph for Canadians with the favourites Piper Gilles and Paul Poirier, the second to last team to compete in the rhythm dance. This the 48th Skate Canada competition. The inaugural event held back in 1973. Since, obviously not during the pandemic, but this venue, the Paramount Fine Foods Centre in Miississauga,
good afternoon, everyone.
This prestigious competition for the fifth time.
Here in Miississauga, Canada, host of the 2022 Skate Canada International. The Skate Canada Organizing Committee is honored to present this event in partnership with the International Skating Union. In just a few moments, we will start the ice dance and rhythm dance. Bonjour et bienvenue au Paramount Fine Food Center à Miississauga, Canada, hôte des Internationaux Patinage Canada 2022. Le comité d'organisation de Patinage Canada est honoré de présenter cet événement en partenariat avec l'Union internationale de patinage. Dans quelques instants, nous commencerons la danse rythmique. We would like to remind you that flash photography, as well as video recording, is forbidden.
Nous vous rappelons que la photographie avec flash et l'enregistrement vidéo sont strictement interdits.
The officials for this event.
Les officiels pour cette épreuve. Veuillez accueillir l'arbitre Jody Abbott.
The judges.
Les juges. From Canada, Janice Hunter. From Czech Republic, Miroslav Mizurek. From Japan, Akiko Kobayashi. From Switzerland, Priska Binsmoser. From Great Britain, Christopher Buchanan. From Australia, Mark Storton. From Italy, Massimo Landini. From the United States of America, Richard Dolly.
The technical panel.
Le jury technique.
The technical controller.
La contrôleuse technique, Alina Gordon-Holtova.
The technical specialist.
Les spécialistes techniques, Julia Ray. Ayako Higashino.
With the judges and technical panel introduced to the audience, we can look ahead now to see the first group of 10 ice dance teams competing at the Skate Canada International.
Please welcome the speakers of the first warm-up group to the ice.
Will be the young Israeli team who will kick off the rhythm dance competition. Nosovitskaya Nosovitskaya and Nosovitskiy.
From Israel, Nosovitskaya and Nosovitskiy. From the United States of America, Cesanek and Yehorov. From Japan, Komatsubara and Koleto. From Canada, Lauriault and Le Gac. From the United States of America, Bratti and Somerville. Skaters, you have 5 minutes for your warm-up.
The first 5 teams start their warm-up. And this, like the women's competition, a mix of some very seasoned and experienced competitors and some much younger teams. And the ice dance competition here in Miississauga, dominated by 2 strong skating schools, the Ice Academy of Montreal here in Canada, the Michigan Ice Dance Academy in America. Between those 2 staples, most of the competitors coming from those 2 training locations. Not the case though for the Israeli team, Maria Nosovitskaya and her twin Michiel Nosovitskiy. They taught by Gilles Morachi, herself a former world bronze medalist who trains the team in Montclair University in New Jersey. Excited for the opportunity to compete, as are Cesanek and Yehorov. The first of the teams now taught by Charlie White and Tanith White and Greg Zerlin. Responsible for the creation of the Michigan Ice Dance Academy. It's horrible to see. All too often it is a regular occurrence in an ice dance warm-up. Good to see the teams acknowledging each other beyond that. Really difficult to regroup and refocus from a collision, but the ice dancers forever change direction, trying to dominate the ice, get the judges' attention during a warm-up. The next team, Misato Komatsubara and Tim Koleto, the married couple. They were the Japanese representatives in the ice dance competition at the Beijing Olympics earlier this year. And the first of the teams from the Ice Academy of Montreal. It's that Ice Academy which we will constantly be referencing. The coaches for the next skaters as well, as you see Roman Hugenauer and Marie-France Debreu. Apologies for any loss of picture there. See the skaters leaving the ice at the end of their warm-up.
Sorry, not a lot of space. Sorry about it. No. Super small.
And the seniors this year having to perform to Latin dance styles. These two different styles of rhythms chosen. And the next team, Maria Nosovitskaya and Michiel Nosovitskiy from Israel, take to the ice. Apologies for any issues with the sound. Working hard to return the audio to you. As we see Maria and Michiel coming to their final element, the midline step sequence. And this young team managing to maintain speed and flow and ice coverage. And just finishing the midline step with the double twizzle. Shame there. Just a little loss of control and a fall for Maria towards the very end of the program. What a shame, that likely to incur the mandatory 1 point deduction. Apologies again for those unable to hear the audio of the track. What I can confirm is that was a solid skate until the last closing section of the rhythm dance for Maria and Michiel. Pretty decent and respectable levels for the couple. Level 4 for both on the twizzles. And level 2 assigned to both Maria and Michiel for their midline step and the pattern dance type step sequence that new this season, as is the choreographic rhythm sequence, as the couple are greeted by Gilles. And here you can see the difficult entry. Mihail in the spread eagle for the straight line lift. And the 1 foot exit, the difficult feature for them. Legs extended, arms above the head. That the Group A and Group B features within the sequential twizzles. And this, the Group C feature, the third twizzle from the back outside edge. And incredibly close. And here you'll see forward outside rocker pressing the curves, trying to get as many of the turns called cleanly by the technical panel. This is just a real shame here. Lost of balance towards the end of the program. What a shame, but otherwise I'm sure they can be incredibly proud, and good to see them reacting with the jollity that that little mistake requires. Their family is in Ukraine, and the Israeli Foundation is supporting them 100% with their training and the coaching expenses. And their coach Gilles just explaining they're so excited to skate in their first senior Grand Prix assignment.
58.03.
Score of 58.03 for the Israeli team. As we look ahead to the second team onto the ice from America, Molly Cesanek and Yehorov. Apologies again if you are suffering from any issues with the audio. We're working on it here and hope to return it as soon as possible. Molly and Yehor using a rumba, mambo and salsa. This is the rumba as they enter into their sequential twizzles. Only allowed one step between the first and the second twizzle in the rhythm dance. There's their pattern dance type step sequence. 2 difficult turns to be performed. Each partner must be different from each other. And whether you can hear or not, the definite change in energy from the rumba into the mambo. And the teams must choose different dance styles within the rhythm dance. And as with the Israeli team, finishing with the double twizzle from their midline step sequence. And this, the new element for the seniors this year, the choreographic rhythm sequence. All the teams will be given a fixed value for this element. It will be the grade of execution which will separate the couples. And this, their rotational lift. The 5th and final element for Molly and Yehor. An amazing extension and flexibility showcased by Molly Cesanek as she and partner Yehorov complete their rhythm dance at the Skate Canada International 2022. And this team moved to the Michigan Ice Dance Academy in the spring of this year, where they are taught by Charlie White, who was himself an Olympic champion with Merrill Davis, and Tanith White, who an Olympic silver medalist back in 2006 with Belbin Augusto.
You made it!
Thank you. Running.
Molly suffered from acute appendicitis in July, which halted their training a little bit. They've obviously worked incredibly hard to prepare for this event. They competed on the Grand Prix last year at Skate America. But you can see increased comfort and maturity now. There, the forward inside counter. This, the forward outside close mohawk. Looking like just a level 1 for Yehorov, level 2 for Molly on that. Technical panels strict in calling what is a clean turn. There's no debate on the level though for this, the rotational lift. No question over the commitment to the expression. Wow. Great camera shot there. And greeted by such a prestigious coaching team, Michigan Ice Dance Academy. Relatively new. I'm sure it will be a hotbed for lots of success.
Molly and first place.
La note pour la danse
Score of 61.40.
Molly et Yehorov sont actuellement en première place.
The second team in the competition.
Please welcome the next skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing Japan, Misato Komatsubara and Koleto.
The first of two husband and wife teams in the competition, Misato Komatsubara and Tim Koleto. 22nd at the Olympic Games in Beijing. Mandatory for all the teams to stop before this dance type step sequence.
siento yo por ti.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica na rede, na rede, na rede. Olá, olá.
A big leap in the quality and experience now as we move on in the competition for Misato Komatsubara and Tim Koleto. Just as is to be expected from their training base, fundamentally superb skating skills and just brilliant musicality, and so exciting now to start to enjoy the seniors on the Grand Prix and the Latin styles that will be chosen in each of the couples. These different choices as they endeavour to stand out and make a push towards the top echelons of the ice dance community. None of the medalists from Beijing competing this year. And the team's looking for strides higher.
Very good. Like that.
Roman Agana greets the team. Back outside counter into a forward outside twizzle. Back outside twizzle with the arm feature. Near the forward inside edge, which starts their third twizzle, the final feature. Comfortably in at level 4 for both of the skaters. And this transitional content with the lift there, trying to boost the composition component score. Difficult entry here. And this, although you can't hear it, musically perfectly phrased with the arms for Misato. And this team, difficult not to acknowledge the exciting contest between them and fellow Japanese ice dance team, Kana Muramoto and Daisuke Takahashi. Those two teams battled it out to secure the Japanese ice dance spot at the Olympics. Now, great to see both teams continuing to compete this season post-Olympics. And Misato and Tim have made no holds barred in stating that they will be looking ahead to the 2026 Winter Olympics, which will be the 10th anniversary of these two as an ice dance team.
The rhythm jet score, 68.88, a new rhythm dance.
That's the kind of reaction that we hope for all the teams to like to see. A score they are satisfied with. Indeed, a new personal best.
Please welcome the next competitors.
We look ahead to their training mates, Marie-Jade Lauriault and Lajoie Le Gac, who were third last week in Norwood. That was their first Grand Prix medal for this team. And they will be eager to secure some more silverware here in Miississauga. Team opening with the choreographic rhythm sequence, setting the scene for their interpretation in the Latin rhythm dance. Lauriault, Lauriault and Le Gac, the first of the Canadian ice dance teams here at Skate Canada International, fresh off their success in Skate America last weekend with their bronze placement there. And just fascinating to see back-to-back performances from the Ice Academy of Montreal, and not only are they training mates with the leaders, Komatsubara and Koleto, but they also a married couple. They married in December of 2015, and that when they used to represent France, now representing Canada.
Good job.
As Marie-France Debreu greets them off the ice. And they chose the choreographic rhythm sequence to start the rhythm dance. As I mentioned with the previous couple, all about the grades of execution for that. And you can see in the slow-mos the commitment to expression. And the judges will have been well versed in the different Latin dance styles available to the teams and how they should interpret them. They chose Mambo, Rumba, and Mambo. They have an amazing coaching staff, and I'm sure they will have worked closely with the ballroom dance teams, ballroom dance coaches there, to make sure it's very evident to the judging panel that they comprehend what's necessary for Mambo and Rumba. They'll be eager to keep pushing higher. The challenge for these guys is that all of the top 3 Canadian teams who represented Canada at the World Championships in Montpellier are returning to compete again. Not sure if they'll all do the full Olympic cycle, but just to make world team as a Canadian ice dancer, incredibly difficult. But testament to the positive atmosphere that they train in. They look really happy to be here and continue the pursuit of success. And a new personal best, topping their score from last week by almost 2.5 points. As Marie-Jade Lauriault and Le Gac move into a comfortable first place, almost 6 points ahead of their training mates.
Please welcome the next skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing the United States of America, Emily Bratti and Ian Somerville.
Emily Bratti and Ian Somerville competing in their first senior Grand Prix assignment. They were 5th at the 4 continents earlier this year. And they will use samba and rumba for their rhythm dance. Doing well, just to avoid a collision.
so tonight we say, hip hip, chin chin, the rhythm section. Hip hip, chin chin, hip hip, chin chin, hip hip, chin chin, hip hip, chin chin.
Well, testament to the amount of run-throughs that must have been done in training for Emily Bratti and Ian Somerville. Loads of energy to the closing section of their rhythm dance. And this really showcasing the depth and talent in ice dance now. This team possess great quality skating skill, great choreography, musicality, and it will be really down to fine detail as to what will separate these teams in this caliber of event. And the clear cellophane wrapping that flower, making it treacherous. Had Emily stood on that, she would have gone down. And they're greeted by another member of the Michigan Ice Dance Academy, Greg Zwerlin. He, former World Junior Ice Dance champion. You can see here they were so close, and Ian just bent his free leg in. The free leg extended like that as a feature, but he won't. I doubt he'll lose that feature because he still kept it at the correct angle, but being smart to avoid putting a blade into the leg of his partner Emily. He's obviously really in the moment, really aware of what was going on here. I like this transitional content. He in the outside spread eagle, leg over the head. The team were just off the medals in 4th place at their Challenger Series event, the Lombardia Trophy, and they had a score of 67.79 at that event. But with every passing competition looking for higher grades of execution, this rotation lift, maybe less ice coverage than some of the other teams that we'd seen, but all the features clearly attained, and you can see such sharp energy right to the end.
Oh, hi.
And this, an exciting next step for the team. Their coaches described it as the next stage in their evolution as dancers vying for participation at the most elite level. Madison Hubble and Zachary Donahue, the American ice dancers who were 3rd at the Olympics, now retired, potentially opening the door for a team like Emily and Ian to move on to the world team.
The rhythm dance score, 70.85. A new season best. And the Ian are currently in 2nd place.
So, a season's best and a personal best for 20-year-old Emily Bratti and 22-year-old Ian Somerville, moving them into 2nd place ahead of the experienced Japanese team. And there, the standings after the first group in the rhythm dance competition. Marie-Jade Lauriault and Romain Le Gac have a comfortable lead, and they'll be hoping to maintain that as we look towards the next 5 couples who are the likely favourites for medal placements. Just anxious times now. They prepare to take to the ice. First 2 teams to compete in this warm-up group, also training mates, also from the Ice Academy of Montreal. Australian team, Holly Harris and Jason Chan, who start the second group.
From the United States of America, Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. From Canada, Michael Gilles and Paul Poirier. And from Great Britain, Lajoie and Gibson. Skaters, you have 5 minutes for your limit.
The 5-minute warm-up starts, and as we saw in the first warm-up group, it can be an intense place to be in an ice dance warm-up. As we look at Holly Harris, who exudes all of the poise and elegance that we come to expect from the ice dancers. She and partner
From Australia are
Jason
Holly
Chan,
Harris and Jason Chan.
also from the Ice Academy of Montreal.
At the 2022 Britannia Figure Cup.
And these skaters list Olympic ice dance champion Gilles as one of their choreographers this season. So incredible access to brilliant information and experience put into this couple. And as with the first group, getting ever so close. The ice dancers really to get into the zone, into the performance, often fixate on each other, making it at times a little dangerous.
From Canada are Lajoie and Lagha. Lajoie and Lagha have had a great start to the season, winning gold at both the 2022 Andre Lapella Memorial
So
and the 2022
the second Canadian team competing here. It may be developing into a competition between them and the current leaders Lauriault and Le Gac. Although Marjorie and Zachary will be eager to add to the successes that they've had already this season with the 2 Challenger Series wins that they've had. We're just outside the top 10 at Worlds in Montpellier. And it really is testament to the coaches that they managed to keep so many teams at the Ice Academy Montreal, everybody desperate to be victorious and top of their game.
Green and Parsons won gold at the 2022 ISU 4 Continents Figure Skating Championships.
This couple,
They are coached by Charlie White,
the third of the 3 teams from the Michigan Ice Dance Academy. They share the same birthday, just 8 years apart. Both formerly competed successfully with their siblings. Caroline with Gordon and Michael with Rachel.
Representing
Here,
Canada are the reigning Skate Canada
the only former world medalists competing, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier, and it'll be very evident. You can hear who the crowd want to win here. And it's just wonderful to see them back competing. They have provided such memorable, beautiful and brilliant pieces over multiple seasons. And I'm just delighted to see that they are continuing to put themselves into the competition arena. They were quite vocal in acknowledging that the Olympic season provided burnout, and they have not competed internationally yet this season, unlike Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, who have been absolutely triumphant already. They won the Britannia Figure Cup in Sheffield. They won the US International Classic in Lake Placid and they won the Nebelhorn Trophy in Oberstdorf. They have gone from win to win to win. It will be fascinating to see how they are perceived against the Canadians in Canada. As we see Lewis and Lila choosing to use the final moments of their warm-up apart. Just getting a feel for the ice.
Skaters, the warm-up time has ended. Please leave the ice. Thank you.
As I say, with the top 3 teams from the Winter Olympics in the ice dance competition not competing this season or retired. And it makes it for a very exciting season ahead with, I'm sure, likes of Lila Fear eager to become the new world medalists. But Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier, who leave the ice now, will have their eyes just on the top spot.
Please welcome the next skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing Australia, Holly Harris and Jason Shannon.
Competing in back-to-back events. They were 5th at Skate America. Australia's Holly Harris and Jason Chan.
Now the rhythms. Let's begin with a simple time. Now with a kick drum. Let's add congas. How about bongos? Sounds good. Combining together with high attacks. And now the rhythms. Stick with congas. Combining together. Sounds good.
And a mistake for Holly within the twizzles.
Suavemente, bésame, que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Suave, bésame, bésame, bésame otra vez. Yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. Bésame, bésame, bésame otra vez. Yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome suavemente.
Well, such a brilliant choice by the ice dance committees to use Latin styles this year. So fun to see all of the different interpretations. And this, a great rhythm dance for Holly Harris and Jason Chan from Australia. Unfortunately, the mistakes on the twizzles will be costly given the strength of the field and what we've seen so far. Just a check in rotation from Holly, dropping levels and losing grade of execution. They had mistakes on the twizzles at the Neville Horn Trophy as well, so perhaps some demons lurking in their brain space just regarding that element, which I'm sure they are comfortably capable of consistently in practice. It's pretty high stakes on the Grand Prix this year. I think the team looks ready to step up and move higher in the world standings. 24th at Worlds 2 years ago, 18th earlier this year. Constantly moving arms, their feature. So the break after the second rotation on the twizzle there for Holly, making it a level 2 at best. Not the level 4 that we've seen, I think, from all of the other teams so far. But Holly, such great energy on the ice. That's 2 from Jason. Some of the same features used by many of the teams. Change of pose within the rotational lift, but I like the difficult exit here that they used.
And now the rhythms.
Staying in character throughout.
Stick with compass.
You can almost see the processing following the performance, just analysing as the skaters will. These teams will be so well educated. They've trained with the top 3 teams from last year's World Championships, so they know what is necessary and what needs to be done for success at this level. And they're in the right place to achieve that. 71.58 at Skate America. They were 4th in the rhythm dance last week.
La note pour la danse rythmique, 67.68. Holly et Jason sont actuellement en 4e place.
Great to see the support from Marie-France. She moves to the next team.
Please welcome the next skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains patineurs.
Representing Canada, Marjorie Lajoie.
Former world junior champions, Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Le Gac. They will use cha-cha and samba for the rhythm dance.
This is something new that we remix for you, featuring Cha-Cha MC. And this time, we're gonna get funky. Funky. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Get back now, y'all. One hop this time.
Fastest twizzles we've seen so far today.
Let's go. Right foot again. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot 2 stomps. Left foot 2 stomps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha real slow.
Tiny stumble there for Zachary.
Let's go to work. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. One hop this time. Reverse. 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 Freeze. Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all.
nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Esse samba que é misto de maracatu, é samba de preto velho, samba de preto tu.
Marjorie Lajoie on fire in the rhythm dance. It's a really brave choice, cha-cha slide. How do you interpret the cha-cha slide on ice? But they did an impeccable job of managing to do that without coming across cheesy or contrived at all. Just brilliant work. And it has brought them gold already on the Challenger Series. We're posting scores of 75 at the Andrei Nepola Memorial. I just question whether or not Zachary is reflecting upon a tiny stumble, which...
Un petit moment de fun, hein?
Ouais, c'était cool. Bravo, bravo. C'est bien, Zach.
Maintenant. That we remix for you, featuring Cha-Cha MC, and this time
you can see even in the slow-mo the speed throughout. Sequential twizzles.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands.
Crisscross. Perfectly applied to the vocal. And here we just see a little stumble. Absolutely fractional, but that might have a little bit of an implication on the grade of execution within that. Their choreographic rhythm sequence. Here. This, a new lift for the team, difficult entry. Another exit. And again, as we've seen from others, arm movements punctuating the music perfectly. You can even see the hyperextension in the fingertips, applicable and appropriate for the Latin style chosen. They haven't medaled on the Grand Prix yet, despite their accomplishments before. And incredible people as well. Zachary, an accomplished pianist. He's played the piano at the Carnegie Hall in New York. Marjorie supports charity work as well. Fondation de l'Autisme. She organized a skating show, Patinage Atypique. So, amazing human beings as well as amazing skaters.
The rhythm dance score, 75.94. Vacherie et Zachary in third place.
La note pour la danse rythmique, 75.94. Marjorie et Zachary sont actuellement en
Lajoie
première place.
and Lagha move ahead of their training mates and teammates.
Please welcome the next competitors.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains concurrents.
Representing United States of America, Caroline Green and Michael Parsons.
This, another team which comprises of former World Junior Ice Dance champions. Michael won that in 2017 with his sister Rachel. And he and Caroline Green will use samba and rumba.
Boom!
Ya no estás más a mi lado, corazón. En el alma solo tengo soledad. Y si ya no puedo verte, porque Dios me hizo quererte para hacerme sufrir más, sufrir más.
Fabulous transition within the curve lift. Well, the spin under the arm. So typical of the Latin dance style that you would see on the ballroom floor. Testament to the study that they will have done in taking this samba to the ice. For Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. And I remember seeing Caroline competing as an advanced novice skater at the NRW Trophy in Dortmund many years ago with her brother. She possessed such speed and quality then, and showcased at that early stage that she would be right at home on the Senior Grand Prix. And interestingly, Michael Parsons, as a former junior world ice dance champion with his sibling, reminds me of Madison Hubble, who competed with her brother Kiefer at juniors, and then, as many will know, went on to an Olympic medal this year with Zachary Donahue. So hopefully that kind of success is something that Caroline and Michael will enjoy in the future. And they moved to the Michigan Ice Dance Academy just in July. So that, a late move, mid-season really, competition had started by that point, late move, as we see this difficult and constant movement through the curve lift. So their coaches said it's been a very busy 3 to 4 months as they've prepared this new choreography for the season. So if this is how they can manage to perform after just 3 or 4 months with a new team, that gives an exciting insight into what might happen for the couple moving forward. And they were 4th at US Nationals. So with Madison Hubble and Zachary Donahue now retiring, the assumption would be that Caroline and Michael will potentially step up onto the world team for the States, but they're in this team company. They're going up against the likes of Lajoie, Le Gac, who were at the Olympics. The team currently in 4th place, Komatsubara and Koleto, also Olympians. And yet, this relatively new team who haven't competed at a senior ISU championships yet, lead the field at this stage. Huge accomplishment for Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. A score of 76.13 and potentially surprise leaders at this stage. And we'll look at peace with that.
Veuillez accueillir les prochains concurrents.
Representing Canada.
Just wonderful to see this team competing again on the Grand Prix. They were the winners at Skate Canada International last year. Their Olympic season wasn't as they hoped it would be. But here, looking to enjoy and embrace every competition experience, Papa Gilles and Paul Poirier.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah. Here I go. Woo!
Ain't no time for imitation, ain't no time for playing. I'm just gonna do me. I feel elated, so elevated. I'm just doing my thing.
Just a fabulous choreographic rhythm sequence to start.
What you want, feeling good. What you got, feeling good. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do what I do. Put it all together, ain't nothing better. I'm gonna do what I do. I feel marvelous, glorious. Feel so amazing how I do. Here I go. I feel marvelous, glorious. I'ma be who I be. I'ma do what I do. Ain't got no limitations. I just got that elevation. Do whatever I feel. I got that fire. Can't get much higher. I'm just keeping it real. I'ma be feeling good. What you want? Feeling good. What you got? Feeling good. I'm gonna do that rumba. I'm gonna do that rumba. That rumba. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna do what I do. Put it all together, ain't nothing better. Feel marvelous, glorious. Feel so amazing how I do. Here I go. It's marvelous, glorious. I'ma be who I be. I'ma do what I do.
What a brilliant rhythm dance. Just fantastic. Harper Gilles and Paul Poirier. They've started their international competitions later than they ever normally would, citing an understandable post-Olympic Games season burnout. But yet, they come here to the Skate Canada International possessing the confidence of a couple who believe they could be the world champions this year. Just fabulous. They said they were proud of the progress they've made in just the past 6 weeks, really preparing for this event. And now look to take 1 year at a time, focusing on the feelings and the moments that they create, rather than fixating perhaps on results and outcomes. And yet, it looks to be a good thought process, because it'll be interesting to see if there's any content created this year that looks better than that. We may see it in this event. We've got Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson to come, but I'm sure they'll be incredibly proud of themselves. As they're joined by Yurius Raskalaev, their long-time coach.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Slight oscillation for Piper, but she's so experienced that barely visible. And for so many years, this team have been in the shadows of others. Olympic legends Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, world medalist Caitlin Weaver and Andrew Poirier. But now stepping into their own, and they deserve the success. Paul has been an Olympian multiple times. He was an Olympian in 2010 with a former partner Vanessa Cronin. The longevity that they've displayed really does deserve to be rewarded. As you see the outside mohawk for Piper, this within the pattern dance type steps. And this the rotational lift. And just looking at the grade of execution for the opening choreo rhythm sequence, that's coming in at 6.25 points. Now that suggests that the judges were in the +4, potentially +5 maximum GOE range, so really exciting. Their personal best score from the rhythm dance, Skate Canada last year, 85 points.
The scores, please.
Les notes, s'il vous plaît.
The rhythm dance score, 87.22. Piper and Paul.
Wonderful stuff.
La note pour la danse rythmique.
Almost 2 points higher than their personal best, proving that they have yet more to give for the seasoned and experienced former world medalists Piper Gilles and Paul Poirier from Canada.
Please welcome the final skaters.
Veuillez accueillir les derniers patineurs.
Representing Great
The
Britain,
final team in the rhythm dance from Great Britain. They come into this Grand Prix assignment with multiple international titles already this season. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. Transition between the first and second twizzle.
Dime por qué lloras
de felicidad,
y por qué te ahogas.
por la soledad.
No me dejes, no me dejes, no me escuches si te digo no me ames.
No me dejes, no desarmes mi corazón, con ese no me ames.
No me ames porque estoy perdido, porque cambia el mundo, porque es el destino fuego.
No me ames para estar muriendo dentro de una guerra llena de arrepentimiento.
Rounding out an incredible rhythm dance competition, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson from Great Britain. So interesting because many of the teams train alongside Lila and Lewis, and when everybody's laying down clean performances like that, with so many of the teams having brilliant skating skills taught by many of the same coaches, what will separate them? And this team, to me, just has a self-assurity that they believe that they are worthy of the world medals this year, this season. They just fuel me with a confidence that they're expecting greatness to come, and it's wonderful to watch. They just possess an exciting energy, and certainly when it comes to the judges' 3 program component scores, I don't necessarily know if their skating skills are way higher than some of the other teammates that they train alongside, but the presentation that they have just screams out. Judges want to see expressiveness, they want to see projection, they want to see commitment, and this team has it. Great use of the one-step transition that they are allowed within the sequential twizzles, pushing that grade of execution higher, choosing to do something a little bit more difficult between the first and second. And they now have, alongside the other great coaches at the Ice Academy in Montreal, they also work with Tessa Virtue and Randy Strong, who have enhanced the choreography that Roman Huguenard has given them. What a great mentor to have, somebody like Tessa Virtue, the most decorated Olympic figure skater, along with her partner Scott Moyer. This transition, the difficult exit here, Lewis flips Lila effortlessly, and yet again, look at that commitment from Lewis at the end, just brilliant. So interesting to see how scores on the Grand Prix will compare with scores that they have received on the Challenger Series. They had 85.8 at Nebelhorn Trophy.
The rhythm dance score, 83.8.
83.8 here. Lower than their season's best, but still comfortably putting them over 7 points ahead of the Americans. Lila says, good job indeed. So as with the women's competition, where Marie Skizas was the Canadian leader, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier lead for Canada in Miississauga at the Skate Canada International. What a brilliant rhythm dance we have enjoyed as we look at the couples from 6th to 10th place after the first part of the competition. We cannot wait to see the conclusion of the ice dance competition tomorrow with the free dances, where unlike today with the Latin styles, we will be treated to a host of different interpretations from the 10 teams competing here on the second event of the International Skating Union's Grand Prix Series. And here a look at possibly the surprise third place finish team. Caroline Green and Michael Parsons delivering for America to score 76 in the rhythm dance here, upsetting some of the more seasoned campaigners. And they'll be eager to maintain the 0.2 of a point that they have over Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Le Gac in the free dance. Exciting times for this American couple. And the final team that competed in the rhythm dance, Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, absolutely delivering. And they really throwing down what is, I think, their 4th or 5th event of the season already. A performance that they want skaters around the globe or judges around the world to consider them as future world medalists. We can look forward to the Lady Gaga inspired performance in their free dance tomorrow. But it's pole position after the rhythm dance for Piper Gilles and Paul Poirier. Just a brilliant rhythm dance for the seasoned Canadian team. They say they want to embrace the moments, the experiences that this season post-Olympics offers. That attitude has seen them secure a big personal best here in Miississauga. They won the title here at the Skate Canada International last year. And they'll hope to secure another tomorrow in the free dance. That concludes the first part of the ice dance competition. A short break for the opening ceremony, and we return with the pairs short program.
From Canada, Janice Hunter. From Czech Republic, Miroslav Mizurek. From Japan,